WCW Nitro versus WWF. Raw is war.
What a war. The day is April 28, 97. I'm JD.
I'm Spencer.
And this is The Heel Turn. We're going to start things off with a weirdly 1 hour episode of Nitro.
Which on the network comes to like 44 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's still 2 pages. Stuff happens.
They cram shit in there.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's really redos. How many times can the NWO come out in 1 episode? But hey, we'll get there. Starting things off, we got Roddy and Rick coming to the announcer table. Our announcers are also interesting because you don't see this combination. We have Larry Zbyszko, we have Tony Schiavone, and then we have Bobby the Brain Heenan.
It's like almost a pay-per-view group, except replace Zbyszko with Dusty Rhodes, usually?
Yeah, usually. Dusty would be in there. But normally hour number 2 is, what's his name? Is Keenan
Key and Peele.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Lucha Master himself.
Mike Tenay.
Mike Tenay, thank you. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, we're in Norfolk, Virginia. Like I said, Roddy and Rick come out to the announcer table. Roddy calls NWO lazy. States that if there are all these potholes, you're too lazy to fill them, which I don't really think is the point.
Yeah.
But he goes, "You too
saying you too cool, too lazy to fix my mistakes."
Yeah, right. Too busy living your own life to fix what I fucked up. And he also says you're too cool riding your skateboards. Which, I don't know if you know this, but the NWO exclusively rides skateboards. So, it's weird they called him out on that.
Yeah.
He says, give it your best shot or don't shoot at all. Very industry specific dialogue.
Yeah.
And then Rick is getting ready to say something and then Nitro.
The intro, yeah.
Yeah, plays the intro over. Poor Rick. And then the worst part is when they come back, he's gone.
Yeah.
Gone. I imagine the look on his face. Really? I can't?
Go straight to Prince IK versus Dean Malenko. And a quick promo from Jeff Jarrett. He's going to beat Malenko at Slamboree for the U.S. title.
Yeah.
There's some good rolling pins between the two. Some decent action, although Prince IK does not seem to be up to the speed of Dean Malenko.
No.
Who would have thunk? Dean wins with Texas Cloverleaf.
Yeah, it should also mention he does a really weird spot where he gets Irish whipped, and then IK bends forward. Dean, I guess, is doing a flip over him to, try and roll him up for a pin. He just flips. He clears him, lands, and then he's like this. And IK is like, better pin. He looks hurt. Take advantage. Whatever, man. Next match, we got Juventud versus Six. Another disappointment because Juventud looks not up to par, in my opinion. Six is okay. He just needs to keep his tongue in his fucking mouth. There's a spot where Juventud hits a Hurricane Rana, and then Six just bolts. It's the first move. He just like slides himself out of the ring, and then he's on the ground like, whoa, that was powerful. I'm like, I get you're trying to sell it, but the point of selling it is actually to make it look like it can be bought.
Yeah.
And I didn't buy that shit. So yeah, there's this. Like I said, Juventud's not really all that on it. He botches a turnbuckle spot twice, actually. First time on the inside of the ring, he can't get up in time, and Six is like, dude, I gotta flip you over here. And then he flips him over and then rips his head off with a kick. And then you're like, okay, all right, they're just gonna murder him. It's a Bronco Buster and then pauses for a moment, like, is my dick okay? And then he gets crotched, and then the second botch, Juventud comes up for the, not botch, it's just more of a,
he just tries to do the springboard Hurricane Rana.
Yeah, and then he just doesn't. Footing is fucked up.
And then he just jumps on and does a Hurricane Rana.
That's whatever. Did he do the neck break? I think he did, right? Where he spins around.
Yeah, he still did that.
Fucking neck. Oh god, that's so scary. It's just ball sweat in your face too, so you're like, oh, whatever. Anyway, Six dodges a springboard backflip, and then does a weird submission, which looks good enough.
Buzz Killer.
The Buzz Killer. And wins.
Which I guess is an early term for X-Pac heat. But we'll get to that.
We'll get there.
In like 5 years.
In 5 years?
Yeah. Maybe less. I don't know. But yeah. NWO enters. It's Nash, Hall, and then Six coming back out.
Tongue out, too.
Hall heard from those dinosaurs about how much they want some of the wolf pack. He says to Flair and Piper, whatever. Nobody cares what you guys have to say. Everybody's here for the NWO. And then he makes a weird statement. He says, we will only wrestle him for 75% of the gate. And then says, oh, and also we miss Hollywood. Really, like...
all over the place?
Like, you didn't need to be in the ring. Like, they could have just, like, a passing thing. They could have said that stuff. Like, what does that mean? 75% of the gate? Like, they're just talking about how much money they want to get paid for the match?
Yeah. They're saying, like, when you're...
What?
That's Kevin, man. You know Kevin. You know Kev. That's all... He's just trying to act... He needs something for his ego. That's the only way I can put it. It's for his ego.
It's interesting.
Whatever. We get to the CB, Chris Breezy, with Rihanna versus Regal. Start things off, we get some USA chants, which is great. And then there's a lot of test of strength, sort of like setups here where they're holding hands for a good portion of time. I actually like Regal in this form because he's Benoit's not moving as fast as he normally would.
Yeah.
Because out the gate he's always like, and he's not moving as fast, but that's okay. The pace is fine, and they're flipping each other, going into submissions and things like that. Regal, I guess, is sort of working Benoit's face. He keeps going after his face with the boot, and then, of course...
it's his knee in there.
His knee in there and whatnot. Suddenly, for whatever reason, spontaneously, a blood vessel pops and breaks the skin or something, because... Regal's bleeding.
Yeah, there's no like fast move or anything. There's just like it just happened.
It just happened, and you were like, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Yeah, no, this is a cool match." You're like, "No, he's bleeding." I was like, "Holy shit!" And then the camera just goes.
It doesn't go back.
Stay here.
Yeah.
And so they're that far away, and then they're like, well, we still gotta do the rest of the show.
Does the old sponsor pullback?
Yeah, pretty much. We'll be right back. Oh, we're still here. And it's a great match. And Dungeon Duke comes out to interfere. Chris Brown fights with Kevin Sullivan for a little bit. All it really is, you have to play to Kevin Sullivan's strengths, which are very limited. And all it is I punch you punch me, I punch you punch me, I punch you get out of the ring. Yeah. So he gets knocked out of the ring, and then when they're on the outside of the ring, Jackie does a little bit of interference, jumps on Chris Brown, and he's just sort of like, get off me, get this fiend off me. And they start jumping him. The weirdest thing about it is Meng comes, chokes Benoit, and then a woman goes, get your hands off him. And then, what, Regal shows up around there?
Yeah, Regal shows up. And woman pulls Jacqueline off.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then Regal shows, and Jimmy pulls woman.
Yeah. Everyone's pulling.
Everyone's pulling each other. And then, Meng chokes. And then Meng is upset with Kevin Sullivan?
Yeah, it's...
shit.
The weird heel dynamic going on here is crazy. Regal is supposed to be heel, but he's helping out Chris. And then, they get angry at each other. I don't understand.
None of that shit makes sense at all.
What was going on?
The weirdest thing is that Regal even came back into the ring to help. That doesn't make any fucking sense to his character at all.
Yeah.
But pretty much they just go away from that. It's a throwaway match. DQ, obviously.
I don't know. Are you ready to see the whole Kevin Sullivan, Chris Benoit saga go away, or what?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm fucking sick of it, dude. The Dungeon of Doom in and of itself is an archaic storyline anyway. That was like 94?
95, 96. It was before, like right before NWO.
Right before NWO.
I mean, they're still there, yeah.
Well, so Kevin had the issue with Hulk initially.
Yeah.
Because he's like, oh, my brother looks up to you more than he looks up to me. Which, that's a good start.
Yeah.
And then it goes into, well, I need to get stronger. They got to make me the Taskmaster now. So he drinks whatever that shit is from the Dungeon of Doom, and then now he puts the M on his head, and then, or whatever, right? It was an M. And then he's the Taskmaster. Looks like a fucking idiot. And then after that, NWO comes, and he's still doing the Dungeon of Doom thing, but that was like back in the previous like era. WCW is trying to push for a more realistic look.
Yeah.
So why are they still called the Dungeon of Doom?
Isn't Sullivan booking still? That's probably it.
Fuck him, man.
They're like, oh yeah, like let's get the NWO in there. They're tearing shit up. He's like, yeah, that's awesome. Let's get 4 Horsemen in there. We'll mix it up. Get Jeff Jarrett, get Chris Benoit in there. He's fast and everybody. Yeah, that's awesome. And then we gotta add keep Dungeon of Doom going in there, right, guys? They're like
Crickets.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Fuck. Yeah, right? Yeah. Come on, guys. Come on. I'll rush in there.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
The whole point is to get Jackie over.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing it. You know, she'll interfere a little bit. No, she doesn't have to suplex him, though. She just jumps on his back like a typical female wrestler would. Or whatever. Valet would. And that's it.
That's it.
Why? What's the point of that? We're trying to get Jackie over.
Just gotta get Jackie.
Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, I don't. I like Chris Benoit, of course, but I just don't. I'm tired of. Honestly, I'm just tired of Kevin Sullivan wrestling. I don't even mind his promos. I'm just tired of him wrestling.
I'm tired of everything about him. I'm tired of his little fucking imp look.
I'm tired of your imp face.
Yeah.
Your imp moves.
Your fucking Hulk Hogan hairstyle.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it all, dude. Get the fuck out the ring. Thank God we get a...
You can talk about this one more. I think you were really fun there. I liked it too.
Oh, man. So, the following promotion has been paid for by NWO. And it comes on Macho Man with Miss Elizabeth. And they're talking about DDP. I mean... I should preface. It's only Macho Man who's
But the
talking.
2 different Macho Mans.
Yeah, the 2 different Macho Mans. We got High and Low.
Yeah.
We got High who's like, and then another, and then we got Low, and I don't know what your problem is, man.
Yeah.
He was all over the fucking place. I love this promo so much. All right, the date, April 28th, 97. If you have the network, watch the promo. It's a 44-minute episode of Nitro. Watch the promo. If for anything else, watch the promo for that. It's fucking hilarious. He's all over the goddamn place. He's like, oh, what script? And then just he goes, I don't know what your problem is.
It's just a stream of consciousness at that point.
He's a stream of consciousness. And then like there's a part where Miss Elizabeth clicks, you know, the scene markers and whatnot.
Yeah.
She claps it, and then he goes, I like what you're seeing there. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Macho Man was on a different level. It was pure vintage Macho Man. Cream of the Crop promo is probably his best promo, in my opinion. But that one's up there too.
I agree. I liked it.
Oh my gosh, way to go.
Next we get Lex Luger and Giant versus the French Canadians.
Yeah.
Lex starts out strong but gets double teamed pretty quickly, and then they beat him up for a while. And then he just tags in the Giant. It's over. They do the double finish where Giant hits a choke slam and he does the torture rack.
That's played out.
It's their thing. I mean, yeah, this can't last forever. That's kind of silly. Next up, we get Mongo versus Deborah. Or sorry, Mongo with Deborah. That's gonna be next week.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Deborah versus Barbarian. Mongo pretty much gets dominated the entire match, and he sells very loudly. There's actually a part where he gets thrown out of the ring, and he's yelling the entire time, like from grab to throw. He's already yelling, and then he's tumbling through the ropes. He's still yelling. Falling to the ground, he's still got that same yell. It's awesome.
It wasn't even clean when he fell out.
Yeah. Like, it was a slow fallout, and he was yelling the whole time.
Oof.
Yeah, it was awesome. Mongo just getting destroyed. He gets hit with a pile driver. Eventually, Barbarian kind of throws the ref because he gets angry. Deborah passes a Halliburton to Mongo, and Mongo just smashes him in the head and wins.
Yeah, 3 count.
He says, that's what's going to happen to you. What's his face?
Reggie White.
Reggie White.
The funniest thing about it is they call it the Halliburton.
2.
2. And it's like, it's got the same dents from the first one.
Yeah.
And Lord knows Reggie didn't take that one with him. And if he did, they're giving him the newer one. So, didn't happen.
Yeah.
We go over to the Rick and Rod promo. funny thing when egos get involved in wrestling, everyone's got to say something to the same audience. So you hear the same music time and time and time again.
Yeah.
They come out. Rick finally can talk. Talks about got to fix what's broken. Says, I don't know about Hall or Nash, but Six, I know I can whoop your ass. And he goes, I've got more titles than you've got an ass. Pieces of ass. And yeah, they hate each other. It's great. I hope they slap each other next week. That's going to be a good one. And then they're like, hey, we demand that the NWO comes out here right now. Their music plays. You think they're coming through. But nope. They drop paper. It says, what was it again?
Tradition bites, NWO for life.
With I think a Y.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep it as hip as possible. Spell it wrong. It's cool though, man.
Yeah.
Get my point still. My mastery of the English language. Yeah, so all the paper drops down, and we both said it's a pretty cool shot to see because you've got Roddy and Rick in the middle, and all this paper's falling down. It looks like it just finished a championship match or something like that. Yeah. They should do that shit more often.
It looked good.
Looked good, and then you really hear the beaten for real this time as NWO does come out. And I guess Rick is just like, let's just end the show. He rushes out there. He hits all three of them with, individually, a couple slaps here, whatever. And then he goes, all right, I just knocked down Kevin and Hall. They're bigger than me. They're taller than me. I just said I couldn't whip their asses. Let me do a figure 4 on 6. So he gets him instead into a figure 4 while he's on the ground. He only hit both of them once, and they both get up and they go, bitch. Start stomping on his ass, and he's like, holy shit, this is a bad idea. And he's fighting them all by himself because Roddy apparently can't read, according to Larry Zbyszko. He goes, he stared at it for a long time.
Really trying to figure that out.
Why is there a Y there? Yeah. And he's getting whooped, and while he's getting his ass kicked, because Nash is holding him, and it's really, I hate getting slapped, and Hall is slapping the fuck out of Ric Flair a lot. He's just the entire time he's like, what? And then he goes, bye. Like he's just staring at the vapor. It's like, bitch, get out of the fucking ring and help your buddy.
Yeah, what a dick.
And then he finally comes out there, and then it literally ends with him whipping with his belt like twice to Kevin, and that's it.
I think we need a badge. I propose a new badge.
What's that?
Technical wrestling during a brawl.
It's like a what were they thinking moment in this case. That makes sense. It's like, or like a street match, and they're like, yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Oh god.
Let's get the technical wrestling during a brawl badge.
What the fuck were you thinking?
The other one that would have won it, like, I think we didn't watch it, but I think it was last year. Triple H and Mankind are brawling out on the outside, then he hits a pedigree on the car.
Like, aren't you guys just punching each other?
Like, no. Yeah. Now it's serious.
You know, Ken Shamrock actually said that when he wrestled, I forgot who Blackman, Steve Blackman. He goes, yeah, we wanted to do more stuff off the car, but, the ceiling was too low. And I'm like, oh, so you guys just had to punch each other the whole time?
Yeah.
No shit. It's a street match. Yeah. What are you doing? Oh, I'm going to suplex him. Onto the concrete? Bitch? No. Fuck out of here with that.
That's the funniest thing. That just always reminds me of They Live. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Does he actually do wrestling moves?
Sort of, yeah.
Oh my god. He's a wrestler though, isn't
he? Yeah. Well, no, not in the movie.
Oh, he's not?
No, he's just a guy, but he's a wrestler. Like in a movie with singers, they have to sing.
Yeah.
In a movie with a wrestler, he has to do a wrestling move. That's what he does.
Does he do suplexing somebody?
I don't know. It might have even just been like a toss.
It's a decent movie, so that one wouldn't.
It was an awesome movie, but
it wouldn't hurt to watch that one.
It's a very, very funny scene.
Yeah, God.
I just remember watching it with my friend, and he was just cracking up the entire time. It's very funny. Anyway, Raw.
Yeah, we're in Omaha, Nebraska. Same day, obviously.
Brian Pillman it's kind of our first glimpse at Brian Pillman in the company.
Unhinged as fuck.
Yeah, he's had a glorious awakening. He's been compelled to pray. He wants to ask everyone to join him in prayer. He prays for Bret Hart recovery. He prays for forgiveness for those that enjoyed the brutality of last week. And he prays for forgiveness for Stone Cold Steve Austin's fans. Because, of course, they know not what they're doing.
Yeah, it's important to note some people are bowed in prayer.
Yeah, there are. There's like a fat lady in the front row.
Yeah.
Just hunched over. She may have been eating like a corn dog.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Corn dog that low. You're holding it with your
Yeah, just
sucking my own dick.
He prays for the millions who savor the bloodthirsty violence and pray for the destruction of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Bret Hart is the savior of the WWF. Stone Cold interrupts. He says, pray I don't come out there and beat the hell out of you. And Bret Hart won't be able to save your ass. And Pillman says he'll turn the other cheek and then points his butt at the entrance. Stone Cold enters, but it's a trap. Owen Bulldog try to jump him, but Stone Cold's too quick and he escapes.
I'm too cold.
And there's a fan that really, really likes him as he's on the way out.
He's just grabbing this guy. I appreciate you, Stone Cold.
And that guy will pretty much just has a permanent boner throughout the entire show. Because
Yeah,
he
it's
does
distracting.
It 50 times. They start praying in the ring, which is very funny. And then Austin finds like a hatchet in the back.
Yeah.
But then
No,
breaks.
it's axe. Hatchets are smaller.
Okay, an axe. And then he breaks off the axe part.
Oh, I
so
kept
just
it.
an axe handle.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, axe handle. I didn't. Yeah, and he runs back in the ring and chases him around with the axe handle. And then he says, "You better give your soul to the Lord, because your ass is mine." Austin's so cool.
Who are you giving your ass to then? Give your soul to the Lord, because your ass is mine. No, okay. First match, we have this Flash Funk versus the Rockabilly. It's the Battle of the Dancers. Nothing.
I guess it is, isn't it? I didn't
Yeah.
think of that.
God, I fucking hate when he dances. Flash. No, okay. I can't stand either one of them dancing, but at the very least, Flash can actually dance. Rockabilly cannot.
No.
And fuck him.
I think that's kind of the joke with him, though, isn't it? Rockabilly isn't really a good dancer.
I would rather just him be Mr. Ass already.
We're all waiting.
We're fingers crossed on this.
Well, Mr. Ass is like mid '99,
Yeah.
so he'll just be badass Billy Gunn for a
Fine,
while.
be Billy Gunn. Don't
Yeah.
be Rockabilly.
Well, I don't.
I look forward to the day where I finally, I'm an ass man. And then it's like, alright, hey, life's good now. I actually want to see you wrestle. Until then, no, fucking, you're boring. And what's even more boring, in my opinion, is this match. I didn't really care too much about it. But
I thought it was pretty good. I think Flash Funk makes a lot of things fun.
he didn't have his Funkettes, though.
He was missing them.
Breaks my heart, man.
But,
Match ends with an Irish whip with Rockabilly into Honky Tonk and then a pin. I guess Honky Tonk's hard-headed. He gets a 3 count on him, and then he gets up and is distracted by Honky Tonk, and Rockabilly hits a guitar on Flash Funk. And they stomp on him a couple times. The guitar has dust inside of it for whatever reason.
sawdust, maybe.
Yeah, maybe to prevent serious cutting or injury.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Yeah, that would make sense.
But yeah, they get out of there. Anyway. Yeah.
Brett's coming to the ring. Owen and Bulldog escort his wheelchair. They show a little bit of him in the wheel. I wrote that so I know he was in a wheelchair. It did not help me when I read it. They showed
his wheelchair.
Showed a little bit of surgery on Bret Hart on his leg, I guess. Bret Hart is wheeled to the ramp, addresses Bryan, and is grateful. Stone Cold is the scum of America. He says everybody in America are just a pack of hyenas. And Bret Hart's the hero. He doesn't deserve this mistreatment. American fans are just bloodthirsty monsters. But he is back, even though he's out of commission. But he'll be around his wheelchair.
Around wheels.
Oh yeah.
Bars.
He says, "Go ahead and chant USA." My mom was American.
Was no longer
Is American. Yeah. She turned her back on you guys too.
Right. She converted to Canadianism.
And the Hart Foundation will promotes them and then says, "You people make me sick." And we see Stone Cold on the prowl in the parking lot.
Are you sure you want to say he's in the prowl? Wasn't he rolling at that point?
No. That's later.
Okay. He's trying to get in the mind. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
We get Legion of Doom versus Furnace and LaFont. I want to say it's Hawk. I get their names fucking mixed up all the time. And LaFont start off. He gets laid out pretty quickly. And then they both switch out. Now we have Animal and Furnace, and not really too many high spots except when we hit the what is it?
Doomsday
He
device.
misses a drop.
Oh.
Leg drop. Oh yeah, there's a stiff leg drop. By I think it was Furnace.
Yeah, like landed
Like,
butt on his face. Or
yeah.
the back of his head. I can't remember. Yeah, but.
No, I feel like it was on his back. He was just like, bitch! What the fuck, man? And then there's a double clothesline spot where I believe it's Animal or Hawk is in the turnbuckle, and both of them were pretty much tackle him in the corner and destroying him, and then Animal's behind him, and then he just runs at them. Doesn't get tagged in or anything, just runs at them, and then they both arms up, bam, and they hit him. So I said it was a double clothesline.
That was sick.
So yeah, very interesting. And then there's Animal hits a missile dropkick onto LaFont after failing to do the, what is it called, the
Doomsday device.
Doomsday device at that point. And then there's 3 count on LaFont, and they lose.
Yeah, I like that they tried to give Furnace and LaFont some personality. Obviously, they don't really have much.
Yeah, they need it.
They were given this chance, at least, given the opportunity to do a promo. Didn't really put a lot of energy into it. Just like they blame the fans because they're not that over, and that's pretty much it. It's like they're never the hometown hero because they're never in Canada or wherever they're from. British.
Canada,
France.
British.
Some pansy country, probably.
Yeah, you can hit the next one.
But yeah, I liked it. Ahmed Johnson is in a foul mood. he's being and at first he does apologize for his actions from last week. He's like, I apologize. And then it's something like triggers, and he's like, I look down to write that, and I look up, and he grabs something and throws it across the room. And then from then on, it's like high pitched screaming, like a banshee. He says, "You want a gang fight?" He's like, I shouldn't have to apologize for fighting 3 guys. They were trying to kill me. There's some realness in this. I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
3 guys, and they were kind of trying to kill him. I mean, in a way. The way they fight in this company, yeah. Things are going to get crazy. He is a gang member. Remember that. Don't forget. So he will go crazy, and he's just screaming and hollering. It's great.
Yeah.
He's pissed.
He is PA'd.
We still get Pillman praying on now, but now he's praying with the slammies.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Every prayer is themed.
Yeah.
It really is. We go over to Owen Hart versus Rocky Maivia. It's sort of an interesting dynamic with the Hart Foundation walks together to the ring, or well, at least to the general area, and then whoever's wrestling goes down into the ring. So you have British Bulldog and Brett, sort of where the right before the runway is there, so they get to see everyone else come down and make their entrances when they're wrestling someone. And the funniest thing is seeing Rocky he comes out and he's like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Whatever. And then makes his way down to the ring to wrestle against Owen.
Yeah.
Not even a couple seconds in, and Owen immediately starts attacking Rocky. Rocky does sort of get some momentum back. Rocky's sort of stable, at least in this point. He does a lot of what's called shoulder toss. What do they call those? He brings him over.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those, and then a couple of punches here and there. And Rocky will always do this, and he'll be like, "Get up, get up."
Yeah.
Very vintage, what you're used to at that point. There is a slide into Rocky from while Rocky's outside of the ring. Slid by Owen. Looks a bit rough.
Dude just jams him into the barricade.
Yeah, he hits the barricades pretty hard. Those things actually bent in pretty good.
Yeah.
So he hit right at a crucial.
When it gets close to 30, you should just be like, hey. Because I'm trying to watch it, but I think that was not.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, I mean, I timed it appropriately.
Okay.
After the slide, we have Owen mounting his offense, coming back with a couple of holds onto Rocky, of course, just sort of softening him up. Rocky does a reversal spinning DDT close to the...
I love it when he does that.
Yeah, it's been cleaner lately, I'd say. There was one time it looked really bad, and he's probably just like, I'm never going to do that again. So he's been doing better with that. And then there's a sort of back suplex off the turnbuckle that I just call it crunchy because it looked like Owen just folded up when he got hit by it, which is no bueno, but he came back.
Looks great.
He hits this really interesting sort of roll-up setup where he pins Rocky, and now we have a new IC champion.
Yeah.
In Owen Hart, so good for Owen.
Owen deserves it, man.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously he's a heel, but he's so fun to watch.
He's a good worker.
Yeah. I love it. Also, they give all the belts and the Slammies to Brett. He's just holding all this gold.
Yeah. It's like, here, you're our
He's like a proud dad.
Yeah. Good job, yeah. Next set, we have Stone Cold with a promo.
Well, this is where he's in the back. Rolling with the wheelchair.
With the wheelchair. I'm like, when we come back, and he's just...
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? He comes down to the ring with a wheelchair, not in it.
Yeah. It's one of those, like, easy fold wheelchairs.
Yeah. And he goes, how many of y'all want to see a wheelchair match? Which is funny. He's poking fun at it. And he says, I will stay in my wheelchair, and wrestle you. If you agree to come down here. I'm lying. I won't do that. Fuck you. I want to whip your ass. And then he throws the wheelchair away. And he also says he's going to whip Undertaker's ass. That's kind of it.
Yeah.
Thanks for your input, Stone Cold.
Vader's back in the U.S. from his prison stint, I guess.
He's hard.
They'd show a recap of that, yada yada, last week. Okay, no response from Tyson to Shamrock. No surprise there. We get Jesse James versus Vader. It's Vader time. Jesse gets a couple hits in, but just gets destroyed. Vader hits a splash, pins him, but at 2 count, pulls up, and then hits a Vader bomb. Gets the big win.
Yeah.
JR does an interview with him. Vader apologizes for nothing and to no one. And then JR says, okay. Do you think you overreacted about the fake question? And then Vader says that maybe he wants to finish that combo he had with the Kuwait guy with JR. And then takes off JR's hat, kind of corners him to the,
cornered.
to the corner of the ring.
Corners him in the corner.
Yeah. And then takes off JR's glasses. It's pretty clear Vader wants to beat the crap out of him now. But Ken Shamrock interferes.
Our hero.
And does a pretty nasty suplex or throw, whatever, to Vader, who's a big boy. But Ken Shamrock is a freaking muscular dude.
He's very big.
Just like throws him across the ring and Vader's out. He's like, I'm getting out of here.
Fuck that, he picked me up.
So, those two are going at it at the next pay-per-view. Right?
Oh, yeah, I forget. He goes, you keep talking about how it's Vader time. Well, when we meet in the ring, it's going to be hard time. Drops the mic.
Is that like jail reference?
I don't know, man. I think you're just going to have a hard time beating me. You'll still win, but you'll have a hard time. Like, that's the thing. The best promos are the ones where they're clear but creative on your intentions. We don't know if you're talking about you're still going to lose. We don't know if you're talking about the jail reference. We don't know what you're...
Yeah, like say you're going to win.
At least his conviction was there. Because he just threw the mic. He's like, bitch! And then he's like, bah, bah.
Yeah, I like that.
Little...
He didn't do... Well, did he do... He didn't do this.
No, he didn't do that.
This is what I'm expecting when the match starts.
Yeah. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Next match we have Triple H versus Goldust. Before the match actually kicks off, Triple H makes his way to the ring, but Goldust is talking to Marlena and he's like, it's not a match for women. Shouldn't be there. And then she's like, yeah, but like you're gonna need help. And he's like, you shouldn't come. Just don't come. And she's like, bitch, I'm fucking showing up. More on that later. They come out. Goldust is in one of two moods. Either I'll take my time to get to the ring, or no, 3 moods. I'll take my time to get to the ring. I came from the audience, or I'm sprinting.
Also known as a fuck you.
This is the fuck you.
Yeah.
He's rushing to the ring, immediately starts working on Triple H. And Triple H doesn't really have much in the way of a defense. He's just taking every hit. He gets booty bumped in the face, and you said you got some gold on him?
It looked like he had a little gold on his chin.
Yeah, just skid marks on him. And then
gold dust skid mark.
Goldust is working him in the corner, doing his sensual punches. And then right as he's about to, I don't know what he was going to do next, Triple H drops him on his knee. I guess it hurts his balls, his back, his forehead, his knee, whatever. And then eventually Triple H manages to get Goldust out of the ring. Chyna goes, better do something about this. Walks her way over to Goldust and starts stomping on him. Isn't touching him all the time because Goldust has his back turned. When she's stomping, he's not even acknowledging it because he can't fucking see or feel it. So he's just like... And she stopped him like 12 times. She's learned how to work. She's got to learn. Stopped him like 12 times. And then Marlena's seen all that she can take or stand, and she can't stand no more. Comes out to the ring. Doesn't do shit initially because they kept to a commercial break.
Yeah.
They come back, and then it looks like he's still getting his ass kicked. Goldust. And then I believe Chyna sees Marlena. Is like, I want to fuck this bitch up again. Makes her way over to Marlena, and Marlena's like, oh no. And then I'm trying to recollect it. Because then Goldust comes out and he's like, hey, leave her alone. First male wrestler ever who has the nerve to put his hands on a female wrestler.
Yeah.
Who's of his stature and be like, bitch, back up.
Yeah.
And so he pushes her and she's like, man, whatever. So they circle each other. And then Marlena, who's now behind Chyna, throws dust in her eyes when she turns around, and then she's like, ah!
Yeah, yeah.
Triple H comes out, what's all the commotion? Where's my sledgehammer? And then Chyna, who, we talked about this, but Goldust doesn't have really an athletic build.
No.
Is wearing a full body suit.
Yeah.
Has short hair. In her confusion, Chyna chokes Triple H, who has long hair, athletic build, and is shirtless. It's like, this is the guy. It's definitely not Marlena, because you're like, wow, you're heavy. It's definitely not Goldust, because you would have felt it.
I give it all a pass. I thought it was fun and I liked it.
God. Well, yeah, he gets choked out, and the count out happens in 5 seconds.
It's like 2 seconds.
Yeah, and they're like,
the quickest count out.
He just got out of the ring. Oh, count. And if we're really being specific about it, Goldust was out of the ring longer than Triple H was.
Yeah.
That's my problem with that finish. It was just...
Well, Andy saw somebody attacking Triple H.
Yeah.
So it should have been a disqualification for Triple H. Or for Goldust should have been disqualified because somebody attacked Triple H. There's a lot of things, but I get the story and I like it. I give it a pass.
I wish they'd stop feuding, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. It should be over.
They should be done. It's like a Kevin Sullivan feud.
I think the Wild Man is coming back in the summer. Mark Merrill.
Oh, that's right.
So he'll probably join.
He'll probably feud with Triple H more than he would Goldust, I think.
I think so.
But yeah, we'll get there. We have we jump over. I'll just hit this one because it's small.
Yeah.
Undertaker promo. It's very choppy.
Yeah.
And I gotta be honest, like, he's not one for promos in my opinion, but this is fucking bad. He's just like, oh, what did he say? He got cut off by McMahon. He's like, oh, sorry. It's like, you're a dead man. Speak over him. He's just a human being.
Yeah, yeah.
You know? And, he said, Eddie, there's a saying about being burned on your face.
Nobody's ever said anything about it.
If you're burned on your face, pretty much you had it coming, or some shit like that. Or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, kill me now.
It's dumb.
What the fuck ever. Anyway, he cuts out. I don't know why they had him do a promo from the Jumbotron when he could have just came out to the ring.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because we have British Bulldog versus Undertaker.
This is the next match. Stupid. Undertaker versus Bulldog.
What?
Bulldog comes out with Brett and Owen, just like the last time.
Yeah.
And Bulldog dedicates this match to Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Who introduced him to his wife.
That's
kind of a sweet.
That's heartwarming.
It's family values. The Undertaker hits a very quick choke slam, I think, after the commercial break.
Well, talk about the Owen though.
Oh, like standing in the back? Yeah, Undertaker makes his entrance and everything. And then Owen's just kind of like standing there in the smoke and then the lighting.
Yeah.
You just see a silhouette, and then it's like Owen looks kind of afraid at first, and then as like Taker's like walking down the ramp, you see Owen just crossing his arms like this, looking big,
looking small.
Yeah, it's like I've fucked that guy up down there.
He doesn't want to test me.
Yeah, I'm the Intercontinental Champion.
I'm the Intercontinental Champion. I just got this shit.
And I should also note that Bulldog dedicates his match to Bret Hart and says he'll take back that WWF Championship, even though this is a non-title match. So I don't know what he's thinking. The Bulldog is always screwing up promos. Because he's bizarre.
I forgot about that.
Anyway, Taker hits a quick choke slam. It's pretty much over. Owen interferes. They double team Taker out, disqualification. Austin interferes to help Undertaker, which is interesting because they're feuding-ish. They're feuding by nature of they have a match.
It's like Regal. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Well, it makes a little more sense, obviously, because Austin hates these guys. But he kind of hates everybody in the ring. Yeah. But he kind of hates everybody.
Why don't you just be an opportunist? Why don't you just be an opportunist and be like, I'll wait till it gets really fucked up?
Yeah. I think it's not like a huge problem because Austin is so entertaining. But from just a pure logistics standpoint, there is a problem that Austin is literally feuding with everybody because he's in every segment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so suddenly you get to this point where, like, the two people he's feuding with most at the moment are fighting each other. It doesn't really make sense to jump in there. You know? Like, I don't... But it's Austin, so he's kind of entertaining, so it's like, whatever. Just
let it happen.
Austin being Austin.
Yeah.
Anyway, Stone Cold grabs the belt and holds it on the turnbuckle like he's just won it. And then turns around, Taker's standing in the ring next to him. Austin just throws it on the ground, says, you know, like,
pick it up, bitch.
Pick it up, bitch. And then Taker, I don't know if Taker does pick it up, but Austin hits that stunner, kicks him in the gut, hits him in the stunner, taunts Taker, giving him the fingers on the ground. Then Taker reaches up with the choke slam, hits the choke slam on him. I like the Stone Cold kicks during the choke slam, kicking his little feet.
His little feet.
But then Austin sees Bret, pretty much no-sells that chokeslam. Austin gets up outside, sees Bret, changes his focus, says, I'll deal with you later, I'm going to go this way. And then Bret gets up off his wheelchair. Stone Cold throws the wheelchair anyway. And then, but Austin gets attacked from behind by Jim Neidhart, the Anvil.
Yay.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Please go away.
And then Bret hits Austin with this crutch. Austin falls off the stage. Presumably hurts himself, although fall looked pretty safe to me. You pointed out as well.
Yeah, he lands on his feet.
Yeah.
You can tell the way he's set to...
I can't believe he landed feet first like that.
Yeah, but he's knocked out. What?
The paramedics take Austin out, and you think the show's over? No, Brian Pillman is smiling at the camera, and then the show's over.
I was waiting for his cue.
That was a nice touch.
Yeah. He's like...
I loved that.
It was like, oh my God.
Okay, what show do you like better? And you can't say...
Both were good.
You can't say Nitro because it was shorter. Although you can, I guess.
I can... hold on. I'm grading here. I'm gonna give it to Raw. Only reason why, and it's barely. The only reason why is because Nitro's promos, I feel, were working towards their pay-per-view a little bit better, in my opinion. Like,
yeah, I don't really recall ever anybody talking about the pay-per-view in WWF except for Austin.
And there's a Sooner.
Yeah.
And like Austin and Undertaker, that's the main one that they're talking about. The matches on Raw were better, like the Owen Hart and Rocky, that was a good match. It was interesting to have the Triple H and Goldust one. I feel like Triple H always gets always gets one over on Goldust, so I'm like, it's cool. In China, finally they're freaking addressing her, and they're like, here's how we'll get around that.
Yeah.
And then Vader with Ken Shamrock interrupting. I like Ken, but he needs Blackman to get in there.
Yeah.
So they can have like their street fights and all that stuff. And then he wrestles like Triple H and a couple other guys too. But I just like seeing him. he seems like an alright guy who's focused on his work. So I give it to Raw. Worst match though, I'm probably gonna chalk it up to the Chris Benoit versus Regal, because it was kind of no point why they were even wrestling each other. There was no build up, and then when Dungeon of Doom interferes, it's like, well, why is Regal helping? Why are the Dungeon Dude interfering? There was nothing was translated.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
So it's like, well, why are we fighting?
I would agree with that, actually.
You could set anyone up.
And
Anyone up with
a lot of the like psychology in that one, especially after the match, was just bullshit.
Where the fuck is Eddie Guerrero? Where's Eddie? And give me Chris back, because Jericho, because I just want some good technical wrestling. And Ray, give me Ray back.
I like Raw as well.
Yeah.
I like, and this is the second week in a row they did this. It's like there's like a through story going on, like throughout the show. You know, the last one it was like Austin terrorizing the Hearts.
Yeah.
This time it's a little bit of Austin, but also Brian Pillman like praying the whole time, and like at the very end he's like
setting the tone. Yeah.
Realizes he's just a psycho because
he's like my prayers paid off. Someone was listening.
Yeah, I like that through story. Although I wish they would focus less on that story and more on other talent, but obviously they don't have
talent.
A whole lot of talent right now.
No, they don't, because like I feel like they were elongating a little bit on Raw. The stuff with like JR would never go out there. Why would he go out there to be like, I want to talk to you, a person who just threatened another interview, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna talk to you now. Like, I get that they're like, hey, might as well take advantage of it now because it's relevant.
Yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, JR, come on, really? He wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Maybe have Jerry
Lawler do it?
Yeah, man. He's more of a heel. He could come out and be like, why are you tagging people?
But then it wouldn't make as much sense when Vader comes after him. And then Shamrock saves him. Yeah. Because you want the good guy.
Then get Vince. Because right now people still like Vince.
Vince would be a good pick.
And he's taking a bump.
Dude, I know they probably wouldn't go this way at the time, but what about Sonny?
Oh, like he could be like aggressive to her.
Yeah,
that'd be the ultimate babyface.
Yeah,
move to come out and be like, "Hey, son, are you okay?" And then the thing is they can push it to where she's like, attracted to him, and he's like, "I've got a wife."
Yeah, give him a little story afterwards.
Yeah, we're just like, "Come on, man! Like, let me just."
Sonny helps him beat Vader at the pay-per-view.
Oh, man. Booking already, man. But no, I mean, it's a little different. Like the Nitro was good just in the sense that I like the backstory behind it. Because if you're just watching, you're like, it's 44 minutes of just really bad matches, and then, NWO and Ric Flair and Roddy Piper just coming out and yelling at each other. Why the fuck do I care?
I like the shoot stuff.
Yeah.
I wish there was more of it. I think that's what they need to capitalize on the NWO side.
I think they actually do shooting throughout the rest of this year.
Yeah.
Actually.
I like it.
So we'll see. We'll see how it turns out, because Raw's about to take a dip. When SummerSlam, and then what's his name will be out too. Rocky will be out too. So you've got Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart. It's just their stories are more stagnant in that regard.
I'm Spencer.
I'm JD.
And this is The Heel Turn.
Thanks for watching.